everybody. I am Tommy Petrosini, and this is my state project. My state is Florida. Now let's move on to the actual presentation. So Florida's motto is "We trust in God," which you may see on pennies and coins. They became a state in 1845, and their nickname is the Sunshine State. Now, with our first item, it is the bag of sugar. This bag of sugar represents the economy because of their large producement of sugarcane, which makes sugar. So, if you ever had a candy, you had a taste of Florida. Of Feb 8th, 2023, the FAMU received almost $70 million a fiscal year, which is a economy year, which means economy. The economy of Florida is the fourth largest in the USA, or the United States of America. Moving on to our next item, we have a swim mask. Excuse me. Let me put the items back. Sorry, this thing takes up a lot of the weight, so it's kind of holding it down. This swim mask represents tourism because of Florida's tourism industry and how diving is one of them. Divers spend 4.556 million days diving, and that's why I chose this swim mask for tourism. Sorry, got a little off track there. Moving on. Oh wait, sorry. We need to do this. The state of Florida has 825 miles of accessible beaches to locals and tourists. Also, Orlando is the most popular tourist destination in Florida. Every year, millions of visitors descend on its theme parks and tourist attractions. Moving on to our next item, we have this bottle of Gatorade. This bottle of Gatorade represents sports because of, fun fact, Gatorade was made by the Florida Gators. The Florida Gators are Florida's football team. The Florida Gators were made in 1915, and Florida first played Georgia. So I'm sitting on it. The Gators is Florida's sports team. The Georgia Bulldogs is Florida's rival football team. Football isn't all they have, though. They also have baseball, basketball, and hockey. Moving on to our next item, which is gonna be this orange. One sec. This orange right here represents resources because of Florida's large supply of oranges. Florida provides most of the oranges in the USA, but even though they provide most of their oranges are used for orange juice. One sec, sorry, wrong page. I keep getting back up. I'm so sorry. Please excuse me. Other than oranges and sugarcane, they provide fish, petroleum, and phosphate, which is used for fertilizer. Florida is the fifth in the USA for its mineral resources, such as limestone, sand, gravel, and clay. Moving on to our next thing is you'll see. Sorry, let me just move that. This picture of a space shuttle represents Florida because Florida's rocket history because of Florida's rocket full history. In 1916, the first American manned rocket, the Freedom 7, in Florida was launched. Other famous missions, such as the Apollo missions and the Space Shuttle missions, as you see here in the picture, were launched in Florida. Florida was organized as a U.S. territory in 1822, and was admitted into the Union as a slave state in 1845. Florida was named on the first day it was spotted in 1513. It was by a Spanish explorer. Moving on to our last and final item, we have, let me find it. These seashells. These seashells represent Florida's geography because of Florida's beaches and humid climate, and how many animals call it home, such as the giant Atlantic cockle, which is this shell, as you may see, and let me just come here. This, and also the fighting corn, which is this cell. Moving on to